Aloha, Spoonie Jenny here. Aloha. Just wanted to offer another episode of the Couch Chronicles. Here I am, fuzzy hair, don't care, no makeup, in my PJs, on the couch, literally. In my boyfriend's, I dropped the remote, in pajamas, bananas in pajamas, and they have pockets. That is now a requirement for me. Hashtag Spoonie Life, pajamas with pockets. Life changer. Anywho, it's Mantra Monday, and I just wanted to come in here and share about an experience that I had with using my voice. For 2 months, I've been trying to establish care at a therapist, and I firmly believe that last year my therapist, God, of course, and my yoga teacher training and all of the holistic tools that I have saved my life. I had some suicidal thoughts in like December, January, February, mostly January, February. But they weren't like, full ideations. It was just like a brief blip of a thought. And I talked to a good friend of mine. I resourced myself, with other holistic practitioners who are also my good friends and have become sisters to me. And I talked to my boyfriend. I talked to, I resourced myself basically. I had an amazing therapist last year in Arizona, and I had another one for like a hot minute once I didn't have commercial insurance anymore. I had to switch. But we never really got to like dig in and, do some healing work. So finally found a place up here in Spokane that I can see, and I called them. I let them know, hey, I'm having some scary thoughts, yada yada. They got all my information, and somebody was going to call me back and do my intake. And that was on a Friday. I called in the morning, and they said somebody would call me by the end of business day to do my intake. Crickets. Monday, crickets. So Tuesday I finally called, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Oh, we had your phone number wrong. Like, seriously? So they had my email. They could have emailed me. And if somebody's telling you that they have suicidal thoughts or scary thoughts, like, make sure you get the dang phone number right. So that was my first experience. And then it was like my first appointment. So I had orientation, which was super awkward on Zoom with random strangers, other patients. And like, it was pretty cool, and it was really awkward at the same time. My first appointment, I had my first appointment, and then it was like they scheduled the wrong Jennifer for 2 appointments in a row directly with my therapist. So like, I'm still trying to get through onboarding stuff. And then it was like, she scheduled my appointment, and she's told me that she was going to be out the following week. And then I got a call from somebody else saying that she was going to be out. And it's just like, and she lives with migraines, and I know that she really struggles. And so I'm trying to be compassionate and empathetic, but they're really, really strict about like, if you call, no show for an appointment, I think you get like 2 tries and then they fire you as a patient. Well, I've been way more than patient with them. Last Thursday, I got up early. I had a 9 o'clock appointment, which is really hard for me. Mornings are hard for me. Mornings are hard for most Spoonies because we can't sleep. We have a hard time sleeping. And so when your fatigue is so bad and then you can't sleep, it's like you're just constantly in a deficit and out of spoons. Spoons equal energy, for those that don't know the spoon theory. Look it up, butyoudon'tlook.sick.com, I believe, is the website. Anywho, so the whole 4 minutes later, I'm finally getting to my point. But it helps to have the backstory too. So today I was like, you know what? I need to talk to somebody. Like, I found out that I'm likely facing open heart surgery. Then I talked to my doctor, like a different doctor a few days later. And she's like, well, we can try physical therapy for your hip dysplasia. But essentially, surgery is the only thing that can fix it. But physical therapy can often prolong and strengthen the tendons and the muscles and prolong the inevitable. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm going to get to have open heart surgery, probably hip replacements and knee replacements, because I have one knee that's like was bone on bone before I was 30. And now I'm about to turn 40 this month, and it's just like all the things all at the same time. And I can't even like get a freaking therapy appointment to talk about it. So I had a little mini meltdown last week. I think it was on Thursday, actually. So I'm just recognizing like it's not me, it's them and their administrative errors, and they're extremely busy. Like, everybody's so kind. I get it. And like, some people don't have the agency or the wherewithal to recognize that it's not personal, and they might go do something scary based on the fact that their therapist like no call no showed them. I'm grateful that I have an amazing support system. I'm grateful for this awesome community, for all of you. But my biggest thing and the biggest takeaway or share is I used my voice. I spoke my truth. I called and said, I'd like to request a new therapist. And then once I was on the phone and then I got braver, I said, can I please speak with a supervisor? And I was kind, and I said, I realize that you're busy, and, we all have opportunities to learn and grow. So I want to share with you about my experience as a patient thus far. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And then last Thursday, come to find out, my therapist notified her that she wasn't going to be there, and she forgot to notify the customer service representatives. So I still haven't gotten a call back from my therapist, and I took the initiative to call them today. She apologized. She helped me find a different therapist that's, trained in the specific areas that I need. And I need someone that does EMDR, because I was diagnosed with PTSD last year, and I'm not like super comfortable with having a guy therapist because some of my traumas are sexual traumas, but I decided, what the heck, maybe I'll give it a try, because he's trained in EMDR, which is something that I need. So I'm trying, and maybe I need to get another therapist, but it felt very empowering to use my voice and to continue to speak my truth. Like, my biggest lesson in this journey is learn to ask for help and learn to accept the help. That's the kicker. And then also speak what you need. Ask for what you need. Communicate. I'm sorry, I'm having really bad brain fog right now. Can you please repeat that information for me? Or, I was at the hospital this morning for an echocardiogram, and it was like, 6:35 in the morning. I'm barely coherent. And the gal's like, yeah, go that way, turn right, blah, 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 go this way, go that way, look for a blue wall. And I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I said, I'm sorry, I live with some neurological challenges. Could you please repeat that for me? And she said, sure, no problem. But, I don't even think I said I'm sorry, but I did ask her to repeat it. And she doesn't need to know why. But I just said, I live with some neurological challenges, or I live with chronic medical conditions that cause memory issues. So those are the types of things that I say to people. And it usually has a good response, because I'm not coming from a victim standpoint. I'm coming from more of an empowered standpoint. Like, hey, here's what I need, or here's what's happening with me. How can we work together, essentially, is where I'm coming from. And so I just encourage you to use your voice, to remember that no is a complete sentence. You don't have to give a why. You don't have to, if somebody invites you to something and you're not comfortable because of COVID or just whatever, or you need to practice self-care and you're negative on spoons, you could just say, thank you for inviting me. I already have plans. They don't got to know your plans are with your couch. Okay. So just speak your truth is the invitation here. Vishuddha is your throat chakra, which translates to the great purifier. So the great purifier, we have the power to purify and shift energy. And when we use our voice and when we speak our truth, it really it helps us in so many more ways. It can ignite, the solar plexus and make you feel like you're standing in your power and standing in your truth. There's so much that can happen when we use our voice and when we speak our truth in a kind and loving manner. So that's the invitation today on Mantra Monday. Sorry this is a long video, but sorry not sorry at the same time. I needed to share this, and I also know that somebody needed to hear it. So if you got anything out of this video, please double tap, comment below, use the little airplane and share. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. I so appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that you remember to live life one spoon at a time.